Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda Marsalis. Welcome to Heard It on the Shark. Heard It on the Shark is a weekly interview show that airs every Tuesday at 11 a.m. on the Shark 102.3 FM radio station based in Ripley, Mississippi. Then it's released as a podcast on all the major podcast platforms. You'll hear interviews with the movers and shakers in North Mississippi who are making things happen. I'll talk to entrepreneurs, leaders of business, medicine, education, and the people behind all the amazing things happening in North Mississippi. When people ask you, how did you know about that? You'll say, I heard it on the Shark. Musical credit belongs to Hill Country Blues guitar legend Gary Burnside and the late great Buddy Grisham, playing Long Way Home from their album Acoustic Brothers, which was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
This program was recorded at Sun Bear Studio in Ripley, Mississippi.
Hey Shark fans, it's Melinda with another episode of Heard It on the Shark. And today in Sun Bear Studio, I have with me Miss Dana Murphy, who is the Chief Nursing Officer for Magnolia Regional Healthcare. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did. And good morning. So glad to be here.
Dana, you live over in Corinth.
I do.
And you're the, tell what a chief nursing officer, is that correct?
Yes, that is my title. And, you know, when people ask, I really like to say I'm just one of the nursing team, but I am that top leadership role for all of nursing at Magnolia. So it gives me the opportunity to try to help guide and lead and direct the direction of nursing as it happens at Magnolia.
And I guess everybody knows that there is a shortage of nurses in the state of Mississippi, and the month of May is Nurse Appreciation Month. So we thought that here on the Shark 102.3, we would take a moment to talk all about nurses for the month of May. And we're leading off with Magnolia Regional. Happy to do that. And tell me what led you to nursing and why would you recommend that other people go into nursing?
Well, I was very lucky. I knew I wanted to be a nurse from the time I was in the 5th grade. So there was really not a lot of question. And I was always so inquisitive. I'd go into a hospital and I would open any door that wasn't locked. And it could have been a broom closet, but I was so excited to see it. And so nursing has always been a calling and a passion for me. I've been a nurse for 34 years and I have loved every day of it, regardless of what role I might have had. And I want people who are entering the profession of nursing, whether they're starting nursing school or changing jobs or graduating and actually getting that first nursing job, to have that same passion. We have the opportunity to have such an impact on those that we take care of. And it is so much more than handing out medications, changing dressings, you know, or some of those tasks that we can get caught up into. It is truly a profession about compassion and caring for those that come to us in a very vulnerable time for them. They place a lot of trust in us, and so that makes our job so important. But it's kind of like being a mother. It's the toughest job you can do, but it's also one of the most rewarding things that you can do. And that reward may look like a handshake from someone that has had a difficult shift, but you've walked them through it. It could be hugging someone who you just walk through the loss of a family member, or it could be the joyous tears of watching someone bring birth to their first child into this world. So the rewards come in all different shapes, but in my mind, there's no greater profession or job out there than being a nurse.
So at Magnolia, where do most of your nursing hires come from? Straight out of college, or do you find nurses that have been somewhere else and then they come to you, or is it a little mix?
It's a mix, but I would say that a large portion of ours are new graduates, and May is our big time to shine because most of the nursing schools in our area graduate in May. We have a few that also graduate in December, and we are blessed throughout the year then to get some experienced nurses that are moving back to Corinth or the area and want to come work at Magnolia. So it is a mix, but I would say a large portion comes from those new graduates.
I assume that nursing is not just one big lump. Like teaching, I was a teacher, and so I didn't want to teach kindergarten, so there's a big variety of sorts of people.
Yes.
Is it the same with nurses?
It is 100% the same with nursing, and sometimes they think they know what they want to do until they get in that environment and they're like, oh, I was wrong. So we do provide something called a nurse residency program for all of our new graduates, and it gives them the opportunity to experience several different areas so that they can have some experience there before they have to make that final choice, so that when we place them somewhere, they feel comfortable that this is going to be their home.
So maybe they might try pediatrics or emergency room, specialty surgeries.
We put them through acute care or meds first, and then they get to choose 2 to 3 different specialty areas that they may have an interest in. And so then they go and spend time in those specialty areas. And then after about 3 months of floating around and everything, they get to then set for interviews for that area of choice that they would like.
Okay, now let me hear you say that again. So you've gone through your trial and error period,
Correct.
And then you sit with a board or a committee?
It is usually a panel of several nurse managers from different areas, and we like to do panel interviews because some people may pick up on something that someone else doesn't, and so that allows us to just get all ears and eyes on deck for that employee, and then they collaborate and then make offers to where we have the availabilities. Because
I'm sure your retention is much better if you get them on the bus, on the right seat on the bus at the very beginning.
Yes, and it's not about being on the bus anymore. It's like you say, it's about being in that right seat on the bus. And so we want to do our best to match their skills and their interests to their correct place to take care of patients. Yes, we see a great retention when we are able to do that.
Magnolia is such a large facility. Tell me a little bit about, just give me an overview of what all you have at Magnolia.
Okay, great. Well, Magnolia is a community-owned hospital, and for our size, we are able to offer a tremendous amount of services. We have a cath lab. We do open heart surgery. We do orthopedic surgery. We have a robust emergency room. We offer a surgical ICU and a medical ICU. We have a labor and delivery area to where, we're taking care of those mamas and those new babies. We offer pediatrics, and then just a wide variety of our med-surg units. I like to call them multi-specialty units and not med-surg because you never know what's going to come there. A wide variety of different illnesses and things come there. And we have surgery areas, so whether you're interested in those procedural type places, we have a place for that as well. So we're very blessed to offer all of these services to our community.
One last question. If you are not a nursing student right now, maybe you're in high school or even junior high, what might be a clue to you that nursing is the profession you need to go into?
If you have a desire to help people, then that's a good clue. If you have compassion that you want to then use your hands and feet to display to people, then nursing might be for you. And as we've said, nursing is so varied. It's not just taking doctor's orders and filling and completing those things. You have the opportunity to do so much more, but it does require you to have a heart to care and take care of people.
In their most vulnerable moments, I know that that's true, and nurses are they're right there on the front lines, and it's amazing what you guys do.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Like I say, I have enjoyed it every day for the last 34 years. I can truly say that, and I'm so proud to be part of the Magnolia family.
Thank you, Dana, for coming in and talking to us about nursing. I appreciate you on this Nurse Appreciation Month.
Well, thank you so much. Glad to be here.
Shark fans, that's it for this edition of Heard It on the Shark. You can tune in every Tuesday at 11 a.m. to find out what's happening with other local community leaders like Dana. If you have a question, comment, or suggestion for an interview, or if you want access to this interview, you can go to our website, shark1023.com, and click on the podcast tab. Keep it tuned to the Shark 1023 and have a great rest of the day. This show is made possible by JC Media, LLC in Ripley, Mississippi. JC Media owns the Shark 102.3 Classic Rock FM radio station where the show is hosted. Subscribe to our podcast on your favorite app or stream episodes online at shark1023.com/podcast. We also have an email in which you can share your feedback. That email is theshark1023@gmail.com.